Microphone check, check. Microphone check 1 2. Tommy T on the wheels of steel. Good morning, everyone. Tom, aka whoa. Good morning, everyone. Tom, aka Nostradamus, live streaming. You know where I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming from your mamas. We had another good night last night. A little worn out, a little tired. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I kid. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Another great day. Thank God it's Thursday. Wait a second, Tom. That's not a thing. Been a pretty good mood. I don't know why. I think because I don't even want to say it. I don't want to jinx myself. Taking care of some rough problems at work lately. Some hard, complicated IT type system administration, network engineering type stuff. Dealing with lots of little problems. I think we got those problems kind of fixed. I'm hoping to get a nice little easy day. I could use an easy day at work. You know what I'm saying? The stock market, we got Tesla's roaring right now. Let's hop on over to the desktop, see what we got going on in the stock market, see what we got going on in cryptocurrency. Cardano, man. Cardano is moving this morning. I tried to, whoa, who's this sexy little devil? Who is this sexy? One like. We only got one like. We need to change that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and like myself. If you like the content, go ahead and hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that. Ooh, we got another like. I greatly appreciate it out there. How's everyone doing today? I don't know. I'm at like 730 subscribers. Oh, actually, I think I lost one. I went down to 729 this morning. Ruined my day. Was in a great mood. Well, it looks like I need to put a little space there between continues and Wyckoff. I do want to look at the Wyckoff. Oh, it looks like Meet Kevin's still live streaming. So could someone hop over into his chat? Tell that asshole, let's shut it down. Let's let a real channel have a real channel have a little bit of fun today. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, we did that little cool thing where the screen goes. Anyway. Take a quick look at the stock market, see what's going on. Like I said, Tesla's a ripping, the NASDAQ is a ripping. I'm starting to get really annoyed with all the a lot of the YouTube content lately. I swear I pull up my screen and it's like, you're being tricked, Bitcoin manipulation, don't be fooled, manipulation, you're being tricked. Oh my goodness, man. Let's get some new content, everyone. Yeah, the fear and greed index is at like extreme fear again. I don't know. I'm not fearful at all right now. Like, I've never been more at calm and at peace than I'm more calm now than I was when Bitcoin was at 65,000. Like, I'm in such a zen attitude with Bitcoin. We're gonna talk about why it will succeed. And I don't, like I've said it, do your exercises. Wake up every morning, say, hey man, today might be the day Bitcoin crashes. And then you're like, I don't care, my outlook's 2025, 2030. This is a buying opportunity. Let's buy that dip. It was actually very, very hard for me not to dig down and buy a lot of this dip recently when Bitcoin was at 30,000, 29,000. Even yesterday, Polkadot, $15 or like $13. You freaking kidding me? I wanted to buy Polkadot so bad I couldn't stand it. But I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if this is the bottom yet. Like I have some cash on the sidelines and I'm waiting for like extremely painful. I'm talking Bitcoin below 20,000. I'm talking Polkadot below $10. And I'm going to have to buy. At that point, I will be all in. And then it's just whatever little money I could save paycheck to put in from time to time. Ian Tubby in the house. Good morning, brother. How you doing? Yeah, let's go Cardano. Unfortunately, only paid subscribers can Oh, yeah. Yeah, he has mastered YouTube. He is making so much money off paid subscribers. Like I don't blame the guy for live streaming. But how much money does that I mean, like, is his goal, is his ambition to be the first trillionaire? I don't know, man, but You know, the thing that drives me nuts recently is, you know, I'm sure he's got great courses. I've even wanted to buy his real estate course because I want to get into real estate, and I feel like that dude knows his way around some real estate, right? But he's lately he's shilling his technical analysis and options, right? Okay, dude. First of all, I'm sorry. Like, you've got a lot of spare cash on hand if you're buying his technical analysis course, because that is not. I can't imagine. Like, oh, here's the support. I've seen his technical analysis. Come on, dude. Like, come on. Like, go. Like Jay Bravo. That dude looks like he knows his way around technical. Go buy that guy's course, or I don't know. Like, I don't know if Crypto Savvy has one, but that dude knows technical analysis pretty good. Anyway, I digress. You're gonna get me rampage because I don't hate Meet Kevin. He annoys me from time to time. Like, he annoys me that I think his live stream's supposed to be from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and he's probably still yakking on. But who am I to talk? Give a brother a chance over here. Let me eat. I don't need millions of YouTube subscribers, you know, but I wouldn't mind having a chance over here. Anyway, Tesla's moving this morning. Tesla's up a lot. I think it was Altcoin Daily posted something that I didn't even know about, some new regulation that got passed a couple days ago, where these big hedge funds can't really do a lot of the shorting. I don't know all the particulars, and they can cover and they can get liquidated, and it's expected to cause some big short squeeze. I don't know. The market is a ripping. The Nasdaq's up 125. Maybe that's starting to come into play. You know, things like that kind of do scare me a bit. I mean, scare me in like, it could cause for an unstable market. Who knows? I mean, eventually it's going to all work itself out. In general, I've been extremely contrarian in the stock market this year. I'm not doing a whole lot over there. I still got my IRA stuff going on. Oh, I got a surprise for you guys too. Into the video, don't let me forget. I was watching a podcast and I want to point out to you guys, I think it's extremely good content you want to check out. I even kind of wanted to do that thing where we listen to it and whatever. I want to talk about Bitcoin, the Bitcoin Wyckoff Accumulation. You know, I'm not much into technical analysis, but and a few people have talked about it, and I did pull it up and I did look at the chart, and it's interesting. So we're going to take a look at that and see if it plays out. I have some thoughts on that anyway. Tesla, like I said, Tesla's up $24. I'm actually, I'm going to be pretty happy about Tesla doing pretty good because I do have 100 shares of that over in my IRA. Coinbase, man. Coinbase is up about $1.50, nothing big, but it's at a really man. If I were only in the stock market, I would probably wanting to be loading up on some more Coinbase at these prices. I think this is a really good price. But who the F am I to listen to? I was buying Coinbase at $350. I mean, you could see I'm down. I have 60 shares of Coinbase over here, and you can see I'm down 4,600. So I haven't actually gotten that one right. I did put a put spread on yesterday, and it looks like I'm down a few bucks on that. I'm not too worried about that. I think that one will play out. And I think Coinbase could see. I think. If the Bitcoin bull market turns around, we're going to take a look at that in a second. I think Coinbase will see $500,000. A lot of that's also going to depend on the stock market. If the stock market has a bull run, another bull run rally in it, I mean, it's at all-time highs. I'm sure it's at all-time highs right now. Everyone at the beginning of the year was like, oh, the stock market's going to go crazy, stimulus. I was pretty bearish. And then as of late, now everyone's bearish, inflation, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm just like, I'm taking the opposite side of what everyone says when it comes to that. Let's take a look at my NASDAQ chart. Haven't looked at that for a little bit. My QQQ, the cubes. All right, so this is the NASDAQ. This is the ETF, the QQQ. And it's the exchange traded fund. I love looking at this chart and the similarities between what's going on now and the dot-com crash. Don't get it twisted. I don't want the stock market to crash, because if the stock market crashes, yeah, we're at all-time highs. All-time freaking highs right now. which is crazy because in a lot of things, I don't know, there's a lot of Tesla. Like a lot of the tech stuff has been beaten down as of late. So it kind of feels like stock market's not at all-time highs if we're being honest. But if you take a look, it's easier if we put this out to the weekly. But you can just see this. This is the .com crash, and this is where we are here. It's not, yeah, it is. It's almost just as steep. So between that, between just like how crazy this is, let's see, what's the RSI? It's not too dangerous right now, but I don't know. So it is on my radar. There are people talking about, like, you know, that's just one of those things that gets on YouTube a lot too. Is the stock market going to crash? It's going to crash. Inflation, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, maybe, right? Just follow the golden rule. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and it's no big deal. The stock market is, my stock market philosophy is not much different than crypto. When I trade in the stock market, I like to do very, very diverse. And I'm not talking about a bunch of diverse stocks. I'm talking about a bunch of diverse, proven trading methods. Buying and holding long-term good stocks like Tesla. Selling premium, selling options with a greater than a 50% chance of success. Selling a diverse set of strategies in options. I'm talking doing put spreads, call spreads, iron condors, iron flies, butterflies, jade lizards, straddles, strangles, calendars. Oh my goodness, what's this kid talking about? I cannot wait to do that stuff in cryptocurrency. It is going to be revolutionary, game changing. Right now in cryptocurrency, buy good projects. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. We're going to discuss why Bitcoin will succeed. I am sure of it. We're going to break it down a little bit. ELI 5, explain it like I'm 5. But I cannot freaking wait to start selling premium in cryptocurrency. I don't know when that's going to become feasible. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I would imagine by the next bull run, there's going to be a lot of mature options and derivatives markets, even some leverage trading. I highly recommend against leverage trading, especially in cryptocurrency. Don't do it. You will lose your money, guaranteed. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's almost absolute guarantee I can make. You are going to lose all your money if you try and leverage trade. There is ways to leverage trade, but it's for hedging, right? I've explained that a little bit at some length. You got to know your deltas in the stock market. You want to know what your deltas are and hedge against it. If you have 1,000 long deltas in the stock market, you got a bunch of Tesla stock, you got a bunch of Apple stock, you got a bunch, and you say you got 1,000 deltas or 10,000 deltas, and you're like, I don't want to sell this, right? Cryptocurrency is going to be the same thing. I don't want to sell my Bitcoin, but I think we're going to have a major pullback. Everything's oversold. If you saw what was going on at Bitcoin, 65,000, and you weren't listening to every hype boy out there thinking there's no chance we go down, and you could see that we were way, way ahead of the curve, and you're like, man, I think it's going to pull back. I want to hedge against my like in the stock market, I would call it deltas. What do we call it in crypto? I mean, it's basically the same thing, but there's just no easy way to know what your deltas are. For example, I got 10,000 deltas over in the stock market. I think it's going to pull back. I don't want to sell my positions. I want to hedge against it. I could sell calls. You can buy puts if you're an idiot. My apologies if that's the kind of trader you are. I don't think that's a very good strategy. Or you could sell a NASDAQ future or a mini NASDAQ future. A NASDAQ future is 800 QQQ deltas. And say you got 10,000 deltas over here and you want to hedge your position 30%, you would sell 3 or 4 NASDAQ futures, right? Or do the math, figure it out. Or if you have a much smaller position, you can do it with the mini NASDAQ, 1/10 the side. Same thing in cryptocurrency. I own 10 Bitcoins. I think it's going to crash. I'm gonna short 2x short Bitcoin. That way, Bitcoin crashes. I make a lot of money on the short. I make a lot of Satoshis on the short. I don't have to sell my position. once I think, you know, it's going to rebound again, boom, take it off. Leverage hedge, not leverage to get rich overnight. That's not how the game is done, right? Unless you're a whale and you can manipulate the markets. Anyway, you got me going on a rampage. Tomas in the house. How's everyone doing? Stock market will crash. She says the same. It might, man. It might. Look at this. The Bitcoin shorts. We're going to look at that in a second. Yeah, I always like, I'm not in cryptocurrency, right? When everyone in the cryptocurrency, I'm more of a, I don't know what's going to happen, right? In the stock market, I am generally very contrarian. If everyone thinks the stock market's going to go up, I'm taking the opposite side of the trade, right? Cryptocurrency, it's too early on to kind of take that hard stance, though there are levels. Like right now, I am very contrarian in the cryptocurrency market right now. Everyone thinks it's going to crash further, and I'm buying. Like I wish I had more money to buy. If I had not invested in cryptocurrency up to this point, I would be buying my balls off. I would be freaking lump sum, not dollar cost averaging. I would be lump summing in hard. Not all of it. Say $100,000 that I can invest, and I'm not worried about, man, I can afford to lose this. I'd be probably in $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 buying in heavy in the last week, right? And then dollar cost averaging from there. All right, so the Fed will print billions of money, trillions, more like trillions, brothers, so they can save the stock market. Oh yeah, if the stock market, maybe. I don't know, man. At a certain point, they gotta eventually, right? If it starts crashing, they'll let it work itself out for a bit. But it kind of depends on what happens in that crash. If businesses or banks start like falling, you know, like in 2008. Remember AIG? Does anyone even remember what AIG is, or Freeport Mac, or is it Freeport McMoran, or was it Freddie Mac? I don't freaking remember. AIG, massive, too big to fail. You don't even hear about them anymore. But at the time, billions and billions. Right now, companies are in the trillions. So we'll see, right? Like if it depends on what the business is too. The banking system, man. Occupy Wall Street. Remember all that shit? Well, cryptocurrency gives you that opportunity to free yourself from the teat of the financial banking system. Anyway, look at the Bitcoin shorts. I'm actually pretty surprised by this. It was a freaking crazy highest it had been since what, like 2018? Crazy high, parabolic high. It started on the 6, got up really high. The best I could tell is, so we take a look at the 6, where are we at? So the 6 was about, oh, come on, Tom, you can do it. So the 6 Bitcoin was around 35,000, and then they started taking it off pretty heavy recently. Yeah, maybe they started taking it off about here. I don't think the shorts got the huge push down that they expected. So this yellow line and these yellow lines right now, I'm just looking at the Wyckoff accumulation. So let's take a quick look at that. I said I would mention that. Pretty sure I have. I gotta find, I might have to Google it again. Oh, here we go. All right, so here's the Wyckoff accumulation. We had this big down move, and then we kind of have an up, back down, a little bit higher high, and then a little bit lower low, and then it kind of just coils up. And it looks like we might have another little lower low here, and then we coil back up. Is that what's going on right now? Some people are talking about it. I'm not going to lie. The Wyckoff distribution or redistribution or whatever the hell you call it, it does look like that's what we had. I don't know if it was manipulation. I mean, manipulation, maybe. The whales doing it, all this, maybe. I mean, this is the distribution. Looks pretty good to me, right? And I've mentioned Crypto Savvy a few times. I really do like his channel. He keeps me grounded. He reminds me, and he does really good technical analysis. If that guy has a TA course, go take his course, because he seems like he knows what he's doing better than most. Anyway, he thinks we're going down to Bitcoin 10,000. I disagree with him on that. I really do. And we're going to top, but we will eventually come up to a relief rally of 47,000 ish and then go back down. It's invalidated. See, this is the weird thing with me on him on this one. He claims he called the Wyckoff before anyone. Maybe he did. He probably did. But now he doesn't seem to be calling Wyckoff Accumulation. He's calling it Elliott Wave 5 and we're going down to 10,000. I don't know, man. Be a little bit more mechanical, brother. Anyway, as you can see, I did use a little bit of poetic licensing here. I'm not really including the wicks, but we came down. So actually, if we do the wicks, it looks a little bit more like it. We had a really strong down move, came back up, and then came back down to a smaller, to a lower low, right? So if this one comes back up and does this, we could see that too. So these are both playing out. Like if these both like coil up a little bit and then play back, maybe we can call it that. I will say on this though, like to me, I mean, this just seems like the general flow of what could happen in cryptocurrency in general, right? We got a lot of great news. Bitcoin goes off to the moon, bull market cycle anyway. It gets, it sits, chills up there for a while. People are like, oh man, it's time to take some profits, and a little bit of manipulation I do think happened. We hammer it back down and it's just like, okay, it's found its support. It's gonna be in its support. So this is Wyckoff, or just like common sense to me tell me that we're just gonna accumulate for a while. So many great news comes out, like Apple's adding Bitcoin to their Apple wallet, or Apple bought Bitcoin, or Twitter bought Bitcoin, or huge news like the ETF is going to be a big one. If the ETF gets announced, like the Van Eck or whatever one just got delayed again. I don't know, is that another 90 day timer? One of these has a pretty good chance of getting approved either this year, or I wouldn't even hate 2022, because 2022 would spark like the change in the 4-year cycle, right? And we're talking about adoption. So now let's move on to why Bitcoin will succeed. Hans in the house. Good morning. Good morning. We got another brother in the house that says 24. We got a lot of bears in the house. I got a lot of you tell you what, guys. I'm bipolar when it comes to this. I'm so contrarian that I'm contrarian to myself. I start getting upset. Like, what? Dot's going back up. Polkadot's going back up. It's up to $16. I was wanting to buy it at $8. But at the same time, I'm going to be sick to my stomach. Because if we look at the portfolio, man, the portfolio has been gut-wrenching. Diamond nuts over here. So yesterday, I was only up $40,000. So in one freaking day, I made $60,000. But this portfolio has seen highs of $691,000. There was one point I was up almost 400 grand, and then Elon Musk, right? I've already said, like, Elon Musk made me a little butthurt. I love me some Elon, but I really think what he did for cryptocurrency is a good thing. I really do. Bitcoin needs to be much better than the banking system. Short-term pain, long-term gain. That's all I'm saying. So it was tough, man. My account went from 691,000 down to 320,000 in 48 hours. Then it had a nice little rebound there, a nice little relief rally. It was back up over 500,000. And then it's been a slow bleed back down. And then recent FUD as of late, China banned Bitcoin again. Who cares? You know my theory on that. I gave it yesterday. I think they're just banning it from the common folk. The rich and the government are accumulating the shit out of that, and they have, I think they have a crazy number. Like the amount of people, they may have more millionaires than we have U.S. citizens. I know that seems a bit crazy, and that's probably a bit skewed, but they've got like almost 2 billion people over there, and the United States only has what, like 300 million. So they got quite a few millionaires over there. The rich are still got ways to buy Bitcoin over there. They're greasing palms from the government, and the government's buying Bitcoin. But that's happening, right? So They just want to keep the common folk down. Anyway, I digress. The portfolio yesterday was hitting a local all-time low. It was getting a bit bloody. I was only up 40,000. Only, I say only, but man, like when you were up 400,000 at one point and only being up 40,000, that's some gut-wrenching moments. But diamond nuts over here, boys and girls. I'm not, like I said, I'm calm as hell. I don't care. I actually, sometimes I sit there and I look and I'm bummed. I'm bummed that the prices are going back up because I wanted to buy more. Am I actually going to be diamond nuts enough to buy Bitcoin if Bitcoin drops to 10,000 and not have sold? Yeah, I think so, man. Because now let's talk on to the reasons why I think Bitcoin will succeed. I'll break it down as a beginner a little bit. I'll try not to get too deep into the weeds. Keep in mind, a year ago at this time, what is it, June? A year ago at this time, Bitcoin to me, I knew less than most people. Like I didn't know shit about Bitcoin. It was just a speculative asset. Ethereum, I had no idea what Ethereum was. I'm just like, what's this Ethereum garbage? Just some copy of Bitcoin trying to make money. What's Bitcoin? The scam or the speculative scam that's never going to amount to nothing? And I didn't know nothing. So I started educating myself on it, and it did not take me very long before I'm like, what? What? This is freaking amazing. And today I'm only going to talk about Bitcoin, but the really, like when the light bulb really went off is when I started learning about Ethereum and smart contracts and liquidity pools and all this stuff, right? So that's when, so we'll save that for a different time. But Bitcoin, ELI5, let me break it down for a beginner. I'm sure most of the people in the chat that come by all the time already know all this stuff, but if you're new to the channel, we want to help you adopt it. We want to help you understand it. So Bitcoin runs on a blockchain. I'm not going to get too deep in the woods here, but the blockchain is a hash. It's a cryptographic set of data. It's smart money, right? Bitcoin is very smart money. So this block, and there's a chain of blocks, and I'll explain that in a second. So in this block, there's user data, and then there's the hash, and then there's the hash of the previous chain. This makes it very secure, very scalable, and this is where the decentralization comes in. The decentralization greatly enhances the security. So it's Bitcoin itself, right? So this chain, every transaction has to be verified by miners, right, for example, and this is done because of the hash. It goes on to the next transaction. The transaction has the previous hash, and that continues as the user data, meaning the wallet address and the transaction, and this all has to be verified. That process, and that's one of the reasons Bitcoin's so slow, because it takes a while for that process, that transaction to be verified, which is great for security. It's the trilemma they're working on, decentralization, scalability. Bitcoin's not necessary. And I don't care. Honestly, I don't need Bitcoin to have smart contracts to get much faster. End of the day, Bitcoin is a supply and demand, highly secure store of value. Unlike gold, I'm not saying Bitcoin's better than gold in every facet, but I do believe there's trade-offs to everything, but eventually you run into these trade-offs where like, oh, this makes a lot more sense. And in my opinion, Bitcoin makes a lot more sense than gold. So I'm not going to get too deep in the weeds on the blockchain, but that's it right there. It makes it highly secure. Bitcoin is mineable. It's being mined by ASICs, which are, I forget what that acronym is. I should know this because ASICs play a big role in switches, believe it or not. Anyway, so it can be mined every 4 years. The amount that can be mined gets cut in half. This is what is continuing the supply shock. So over time, Bitcoin gets more and more adopted, whether it's by people, institutions, and government. This year, we've seen an explosion of adoption. With all of these, governments are turning it into regular currency. More and more people are buying it. I'm a prime example. 2017 bull market, I looked at it and I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind getting in on this. But I looked at it and it was too freaking hard. It was a pain in the ass to get. now you can buy Bitcoin about as easy as anything on the planet. Hell, it's easier to buy Bitcoin than get cash at the bank, right? If you already have your money, in the bank account, you could just go to PayPal and say Bitcoin like within seconds. If you had to go get cash, I had to go drive and get cash, right? So there it is, supply and demand. There can only ever be more than 21 Bitcoins mined ever, right? So right now, that number, the amount that can be mined per day is, I believe, 900. 2024, that's going to go down to 450, and then every 4 years, it's going to get cut in half. And then, I don't know, some like 2140 or something, somewhere around there. That's it. The bridge is over. And this supply and demand plays a big role in why there's this 4-year cycle, right? Bitcoin mining gets cut in half. The bull run starts. It goes for about 2 years, and then it wanes off. It goes into a bear market, and then the cycle repeats at the next halving. To me, it is very simple. Again, 21 max theoretical limit is going to be 21 million Bitcoins by the year like 2142 or something. I don't remember the exact date. And every year the demand is going to go up. It's that pure and simple. 21 million Bitcoins, 8 billion people, roughly 8 billion people. I mean, do the math on that. It's going to continue to go up. On top of that, they say the estimates about 20 to 20, a little over 20% of all Bitcoins mined have already been lost. Landfills, corrupted hard drives, deaths. Right, that's going to continue. And then there's like Satoshi Nakamoto, thoughts on who he is and the fact that he's probably dead because he's that one guy, I forget his name, Max Friedman or something. No, I don't remember. That ain't right. I don't know. So there's only ever going to be like 13, 14, 15 million Bitcoins ever theoretically max. I mean, so it's that simple. Supply, demand, and time. You can't go wrong. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I don't care what happens to Bitcoin right now. I really don't, right? To me, this is a great opportunity to buy. I think Bitcoin at these prices, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I think Bitcoin prices are amazing at this point. I'm still buying it. Ethereum, same thing, still buying it. Polkadot, Cardano, Harmony One, buying the hell out of Harmony One as of late. I think Harmony One's going to be amazing. I just bought more Harmony One on stream yesterday. And again, I'm a little bummed. I'm like, look at me. I'm down $15,000 in Harmony One. $15,000. I started the party late. I bought in heavy I bought a bunch of Harmony One, a bunch at 17 cents because I think it's going to $1. This bull cycle, I think it has a great chance of going to $1. That's almost an 18x right now. Again, not financial advice. I'm down 15 grand. Deep down in my gut, I want Harmony One to plunge to a penny. I want Harmony One to plunge to a penny right freaking now. My account, like if that were to happen, the market would be on fire. Bitcoin would probably be at $10,000. This number right here would probably be red. I'd probably be down $100,000. Down over $500,000 overall from my highs. On fire. Ready to go to the Empire State Building. I'm not going to finish that comment right between the lines. Not really. Give me Harmony One at a penny. Man, I will buy so much Harmony One at a penny. Same thing. Let Bitcoin go to $10,000. I'll buy the shit out of it. Let Ethereum crash down below 13, 14, $1,000. I'll buy the shit out of it, man. I don't care. That'll just be like, are you freaking kidding me? Lifetime opportunity, because my plan is not wavering. I'm 100% convinced by 2024, I'm going to be a multimillionaire if I don't sell anything that I have right now and I continue to accumulate. So if you don't like the content, hit the dislike button, but bookmark the channel. Come back in 4 years from now and let's see how we're doing. Let's see if I really diamond dusted it up, didn't sell a thing no matter what happened. Now, to be fair, I am going to sell if plan A works out. Not all of it, but you know plan A. Plan A is we go to the moon, Bitcoin hits near the top of the logarithmic growth curve. We go parabolic towards the end of the year, like some people predict. Market dumps, market relief rallies, Bitcoin dumps, Ethereum goes to the moon. I am going to start taking profit. That's all there is to it. But I'm only going to take 30 to 60% off the board, leave the rest on for 2024, and buy the shit out of it if the bear market comes. And if we're way oversold, there's a really good chance I'm going to be able to buy more coins back at cheaper prices. I just prefer to not sell. And I kind of hope the parabolic year-end cycle doesn't happen. I'm more of a, like, I think this is going to be a super cycle. I just don't think we're going to have this crazy bear winter and parabolic push everyone's talking about. I'm not going to hate myself if I'm wrong, but I would much rather get into long-term capital gains before I start selling anything. And I don't get into long-term capital gains till like February on most of my assets. It would have been a lot sooner on Bitcoin, but most of my Bitcoin was on Robinhood. I got really scared when Robinhood had that GameStop crisis. I think Robinhood came really close to going bankrupt. I did not want to take that chance, so I sold my Bitcoin at a pretty decent profit and then put it back over on mostly over on BlockFi. So I'm going to have to pay some capital gains on that, which sucks. But now it's a lot more secure in my opinion. All right, let me catch up really quick. I'm taking, wait. If retail misses the boat, that sucks. If the whales miss the boat, they bring the boat back. Yeah, so Han still thinks we're going down. I'm not going to lie. I think this Wyckoff accumulation is going to play off just because it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. Now, if we do dive down, I mean, we've already seen 28,000. To me, maybe that's the bottom. This is, what is today, Thursday? So I think a lot of, like, if it doesn't happen between this weekend, I don't think it's happening, to be honest. Some miners, yeah, Kazakhstan, Borat, I talked about that yesterday. Borat could probably afford a nice house now. Anyway, I think this I think the Wyckoff accumulation is going to play off just because it makes the most sense to me. It makes the most sense to me. I think there was some manipulation to move it down. But I'm not like all tinfoil hat. I also think Bitcoin was way overbought, right? I think it got way too... Well, I mean, I say that, but I think Bitcoin can justify $100,000 right now. I think the technology of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is that great, right? It's just that the adoption is still a bit slow. So to me, it makes a lot of sense that it's going to accumulate into some really good news comes out or whatever sparks it back up. I don't know that there's not a whole lot of FUD left, right? I mean, China banned Bitcoin. The only thing left that could really FUD Bitcoin down, that I'm sure there's some stuff that I'm not thinking of, but the United States bans Bitcoin. That ain't happening, right? The United States is not banning Bitcoin. Or Bitcoin had a double spend or something, right? Like something like that. But there's no evidence of that ever even coming close to a reality. So I think at this point, it's either going to take a massive sell-off by the whales and very hard push down. And at this point, to me, from my psychology standpoint, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe whales think different than me, but at a certain point, you don't want to break a back too hard, right? If you push it down to this 25,000 or 20,000 now, like you might, it's about maximizing your profits. So to me, it makes more sense to start pumping it back up to rip it out of the retailer's face right now than it does to push it down and just because it's already at all-time fears and retail's at all-time lows. Oh, another thing I wanted to look at, and I think this is the real reason, not as much the FUD and the manipulation, but I think this is the biggest reason right now that the Bitcoin is down so much. It's because the hash rate is at all-time lows. So I'm not sure where the best place to look at this is. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, that's not a very good chart. There's got to be a better one. Bitcoin hash rate. Search the blockchain. Bit info. Maybe this one. This doesn't. show it like I thought it would. All right, here we go. Here's a good chart. So the Bitcoin hash rate is really, really low right now. And historically speaking, when Bitcoin, so let's see, November 1, 2020, it was at 108. Let's see what we were looking like. I feel like Bitcoin was pretty high at that point, but maybe not. November 1, 2020, Bitcoin was at 13,000. I mean, in general, it was pretty low. I mean, it was kind of the beginning of the bull run right there. But as you can see, the Bitcoin hash rate has had a big dip along with the price. So October 15th, it was really high and then it got really low. So let's see how true my theory is. So that might disprove it a little bit. Yeah, so it had actually gone up a bit. But I think historically speaking, when the Bitcoin hash rate is really low, that's not great for the price of Bitcoin. So that's something I kind of want to keep on my radar going forward too. I'm going to wrap this up. I do have to get to work. I do appreciate that everyone that's come by from the channel. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I love you guys all. I'll be back 7:05 a.m. PST. Fire off an email to me, Kevin, and tell that asshole to cut off a stream at 7 and give a brother a chance. Peace.